The days of 90-minute gym sessions, 5 days a week, are dead. The traditional bodybuilder splits are long gone because you have too much vying for your attention to commit that much time to exercise. The moment your new health habits encroach on your other established priorities is the moment I know they won't stick. What you need are methods that are simple, effective, and flexible for your schedule. And today I'm going to give you 4 methods specific to exercise that you can start incorporating today. But before we jump into that, we need a purpose. There is no point adding in one of these methods without knowing why you are doing it. If doing it for the sake of it is the reason you're here, you may as well go to the gym and do a gym class. Because making progress from a training perspective comes with intent. When looking at your physical health, the intent of your training should be to build muscle and improve your cardiovascular system. We build muscle to help us get stronger in the here and now, not to mention giving you more energy and better insulin sensitivity today. But it also helps with robustness and independence in later life. From the cardiovascular side, improving our heart and lung health is self-explanatory. When those two work with greater efficiency and effectiveness, your sleep, your energy, and your mood are all better day to day. Not only that, you also reduce the risk of illness and disease, making your life longer and more enjoyable. The first 3 of our 4 methods focus mostly on building muscle, but doing so in a way that gives you time to add cardio work at the end. Point number 4, though, that's a lovely little structure that hits both. So let's get into it. Structure number 1, supersets. Supersets are a super effective way of reducing your gym time whilst achieving your goals. Think of a traditional set in the gym. You do a set of 10, rest 90 seconds, and then repeat. Most of the time you do this for 3 to 4 sets. And let's say each set takes you 30 seconds. That's a total of 6 minutes 30 to complete one movement for 4 sets. A superset combines 2 movements back to back or with a short rest in between. And this speeds up your session. Instead of doing one movement on repeat before moving on, you do movement A, rest for 45 seconds, and then do movement B before resting 45 again, going back to A. Doing 2 movements using the traditional method would take you 13 minutes in total, and that doesn't count the time between moving and setting up. Doing supersets of 2 movements, you have a total working time of 9.5 minutes, and you don't have to worry about moving between equipment. So that's saving you over 4 minutes from one group. If you were to do 3 supersets in a session, that gives you back around 12 minutes of time compared to doing 6 movements individually. Now, as a bonus tip for supersets, make sure you plan them around your current level. Because if you are new to resistance work, you're better suited to doing an upper and a lower superset. For example, combining goblet squats, lower body, with bench press, upper body. If you do have some experience with lifting already, you can go with opposite movements from a specific area. Again, as an example, you could combine a push movement, such as bench press, with a pull movement like seated row. This hits the upper body on both, but opposite muscle groups. Structure number 2, compound sets. Compound sets are nice and straightforward because they are essentially the same as supersets, but with more exercises back to back. Typically, you'd look at 4 movements, picking 2 upper body, 2 lower body movements to hit all the major areas. And I really like using compound sets because you have a clear picture of how long a single round is going to take. And you can then pick your sets depending on the time available. Now, let me give you an example. So you're going to want 2 lower body exercises, 2 upper, like I mentioned. And again, ideally opposite movements. For upper, we can go bench press and seated row, like we did in the supersets example. And for lower, we can do a goblet squat, which is primarily hitting quads, and a kettlebell glute bridge, which primarily hitting the glutes, although admittedly there is some crossover on both. What we're going to do is aim for 8 to 12 reps of each movement and order it as lower movement 1, upper movement 1, lower movement 2, upper movement 2. Give yourself a short 30-second break between movements and a longer 90-second break after completing all 4. Again, if we assume that a set takes 30 seconds, one whole round takes 5 minutes, including your rest. So if you only have 15 minutes to train, you know you can do 3 rounds of this and hit every major movement pattern. Before we get into the next 2, I want to let you know that at this very moment, I have a huge promo. If you want to take the stress out of planning your own training and learn the most effective lifestyle hacks to help you lose weight, have more energy, and live healthier for the rest of your life, my Thrive program is for you. In just 12 weeks, I will show you every habit you need to give you more focus, energy, and confidence, and help you implement them all seamlessly into your lifestyle without sacrificing time in other areas of your life. And until the end of January, I'm offering a massive 25% discount on the Thrive program. Not to mention lifetime access to my Thrive portal filled with cheat sheets, recipe books, and more, as well as 3 additional Accelerator calls with me for free. There are only 6 days left of this massive promo, so to make sure you finally lock in those New Year's resolutions and make 2024 your healthiest year yet, hit the link in the description below to book in your free 0 obligation discovery call with me. Now, let's get back to points 3 and 4. Structure number 3, MyoReps. MyoReps is a structure I've only incorporated recently into mine and my client routine. Why? Because it grows muscle and it does it quick. The best thing is you can be in and out of the gym, including warm-up, in under 30 minutes. It could genuinely take me longer to explain the structure of it than it would to perform a set. And the point of MyoReps is effectively concentrate on effective reps only. Because when we perform a traditional set, again, for example, 3 sets of 10 reps, only a portion of those reps are what we would consider effective. And what I mean is your first 4 to 5 reps on set 1 are building fatigue, rather than affecting the muscle in a way that promotes growth. MyoReps, on the other hand, only focuses on those effective reps. And this is how you're going to perform it. Use set 1 as an activation set. You're going to perform between 12 and 20 reps of one movement and picking a weight that is manageable in this range. The important point is that you do not want to hit failure. You should be stopping 2 reps before you would hit failure to maximize your effort. In essence, have 2 reps in reserve. Then you will perform between 2 and 5 sets of between 2 and 5 reps. Again, stopping with 2 reps in reserve. The key for MyoReps is your rest. You'll only take 3 to 5 deep breaths as you rest, which is roughly 15 to 30 seconds. And this ensures you retain fatigue in the muscle so the short rep sets are effective. Now, let me give you an example. I do leg press at 100 kilos for 20 reps. I take 3 to 5 short breaths, then aim to do a set of 5 reps. After that, another 3 to 5 deep breaths and a set of 5 again. I repeat this process until I either do 5 sets of 5 reps or I can't match my effort in a set. For example, I do 3 sets of 5 and a set of 4 before hitting failure. So I stop there. Easy peasy, really, isn't it? Now, structure number 4, AMRAPs. This 4th and final structure for our training goals is a lovely little number that hits both the muscle building and the cardiovascular elements we need for better physical health. And that structure, as I mentioned, is called AMRAPs, meaning as many rounds as possible. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. We are going to pick some movements. We will pick the rep ranges and we will set a time frame and off we go, aiming to get as many rounds as possible in that time. And from a restricted time point of view, AMRAPs are awesome because you set your working time. If you only have 15 minutes, then great. Set a 15-minute timer and off you go. But what movements should you put in? Well, again, that is very much dependent on your intent. If the session is aimed at mostly cardio work, then you can put more traditional cardio machines in and make it longer duration. If it's muscular focused, you could do short AMRAPs of 4 to 6 minutes, use heavier weights, and do a couple of these AMRAPs with a rest in between. My personal favorite structure to get you started, though, is a 15 to 20 minute cardio, low body, upper body split. Pick compound movements for the lower and upper body exercises to get an almost full body workout in alongside some great cardio. For example, you could pick 150 meters of rowing, 10 goblet squats, and 10 press-ups. All of that is one round, and you need to get as many rounds as you can in your 15 to 20 minute time frame. Now, there are loads more training styles out there that could help you achieve success with your goals. But all I wanted to do here is reduce some of the overwhelm by highlighting 4 that are not only much easier to fit into your busy schedule, but I have also personally tried and tested with success. Even so, 4 different training methods can still feel overwhelming. So here is what you need to do. Pick one, and then be consistent with it for a couple of weeks. But please, don't misunderstand me here. You won't see results in a couple of weeks, but you will have at least tried it for long enough to know whether you enjoy it and whether it fits in your schedule. If you don't enjoy it or it doesn't fit, change it to one of the other structures.
If you tick off both of those, then you've made a huge lead towards better physical health that you can sustain for the rest of your life.